Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K, the full units getting played. Always find the value, I will never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty all picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-Prop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
And here we go.
Welcome, fellas, to another edition of The Balking Dead, where, of course, there is no sleep for the wicked. It's Wednesday, and man, we got a packed schedule today. We got two hitting segments with a classic Jack of the Day coming back with C-Mac with the pack, and then we got Capping with Capo. So, as long as our six pitchers to talk, so enough small talk. Let's get to the damn money. Of course, this show is sponsored by PrizePicks, so if you haven't, go on over there, use that promo code PUBSPORTS. On your first match deposit, they will match you up to 100, minimum of 25. As you already know, guys, when you win, they want in, and we got another sponsor on this show, Dubby. Not Doobie, even though Sharpie had 2 or 3 this morning. Dubby, a clean energy powder with no come down to your day. Simply by scanning the QR code on screen, you'll get 10% off your first order using the best promo code in the history of the world. Pub Sports, that is. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you all for coming. Shout out to the best producer in the whole wide world, Big Show Picks. You guys know the drill. If you haven't, make sure you smash them likes and have them notification bells on. Yesterday was a good day. We stayed off those that needed to. We hit the ones that went over. And we had a guy come in and drop 2 fucking bangers, guys, and give out some good plus monies on the hitting prop segment as well. Back-to-back plus money days for our hitting segment. So we rolling on the best prop show on God's green earth. Today, guys, we're going to start this show off with a bang. Some may say a jack. Either which way, it's about time we bring back the first hitting segment we've ever had on Pub Sports Radio. A very profitable one, and I'm speaking Jack of the Day with Connor Mack.
Well, see you later.
Yeah, C-Mac, my dude. How you been, my guy? Glad to see you, and you ready to bless these people with the famous Jack of the Day?
I am, of course. Shout out to the chat. Man, I always get hyped listening to your intro, Sharpie. And yeah, shout out to Big Show with the Jack of the Day. There.
Man,
Real quick before we get into it,
2 years to find that. He's like, Sharpie, I had to go way back for that one. I'm like, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, dig deep, and like I'll touch on it. Take the jack how you want to, how you bet it. You know what I mean? I know it's the same. You know, we could talk about money, and people have shit in the chat, but just take it how you want to take it. You know what I mean? How much money you want it, or back it up. I do a lot more backing up with total bases, a little bit more with that, and not every guy though. When we get to that,
one thing I've learned from you, and something they need to know is Connor doesn't bet jacks that are not plus 400 or less, because the odds of hitting it, guys, you need to hit these 1 out of 4 just to break even. So that's one thing I picked up on him a couple years back. As why are you betting props that it's just there's no value at the end of the day in hitting that? You got to hit it at an absurd percentage. So yeah. Definitely get it. Let's talk of some baseball, though. So,
Good.
if you guys don't know, C-Mac and Bo Bono had their own show a few years back, and they allowed me to come on, and that's where this whole Balking Dead thing started from. So, I appreciate you more than you know, my guys. So, let's get into the first
Definitely.
game on the board, the American League East divisional matchup between the Blue Jays and Orioles. How you looking to get in on this one?
This one's the screamer here, Sharpie. There was a few guys they talked about. Goldschmidt who went off. There's just some ones that stood out everywhere. I'm sure you saw them all over Twitter, everywhere else. But this one did. Barrios has been very good on the road. I let to touch on these pitchers. But he started out the year. Those were bad. And I think he's due for maybe one. And this Orioles team has hit him. There was a ton of runs yesterday. Do we get over again? Maybe. We know Bradish, this Blue Jays team, has hit Bradish well, too, whether it's Springer. But let's start with them real quick. Waiting on the lineup, but he's got to hit second. It's Bo Bichette here. Plus 650. It's just too good of odds. He has been money for me this year. I think I've hit 4 of his jacks, Sharpie. Jacks for me, this first half has probably been the best of 3 or 4 years for me as well. And he's 4 for 12. Couple doubles, a couple homers. What's telling too on this, Sharpie, is this is one I'm going to take the plus 650 with his homer. I'm not going to take his 1.5. It's minus 130. You grab his 2 hits, that's plus 125, but they're saying, I'm not going to take that juice with that. His RBI is pretty good. If Mike's in here, RBI guy, it's plus 165. We know he is in the 2-hole. So, but still, I think there's some solid value with that. But his jack here, plus 650. This is the only game flipped with 2 of them. I got to go Rutschman here. Maybe not as big. It's plus 650 as well. 7 for 10 off Barrios here, Sharpie. I'd say he sees him well with just 1 homer. But he's one I had to add here in this game. And I think there'll be runs off these 2 pitchers, and I could be dead wrong. But hey.
Nah, but I hear you, though, because Barrios has been good. But, I mean, dude, speaking of Mike, he came in here yesterday and gave out Nate Lowe, who's been slumping, bro. Who comes out and gives out a freaking prop on a guy slumping, And it's like, nah, man, he's due. And sometimes being due is actually it's something you need to look towards. And Barrios is due for a blow up. He's been fucking magnificent. And Rutschman, bro, maybe the best hitting catcher in baseball. Just give this guy a couple more years, guys, and it's disgusting. He's a 2-way hitter who's Oof. All right, let's talk us the next game up on the board, and we're going to go into another divisional matchup. This time, though, we're going to head out west, and we're going to talk us not a divisional matchup. Wrong game. We're going to go to the D-backs and Phillies, and I was sitting here like, oh, who you going to get in on this one? And you sent it to me, so I know. So let these people know who you attacking.
Just how you talked about a guy struggling. This guy hasn't struggling a bit. I had him yesterday, Sharpie. I'm going right back to him. I had his 1.5 and his homer. He went 4 for 4. He has not hit a home run in 12 games. We know how he hits lefties. We've all seen him hit monster home runs off Clayton Kershaw. And that's my guy, Christian Walker here. Plus 475. I think I get a 500 out there too. I haven't looked around, but that's what I know I have here. Off Suarez, 5 for 13, not a homer, but a couple doubles. And you could look to his 1.5 too to be safe. His 1.5 plus 115. But I like what I see. What he does off lefties, due for a homer as well. 12 games without a jack. I think he gets rolling, could get one tonight. So Christian Walker, jack, plus 475. Real quick, I wanted to flip on the other side. Trey Turner, he's 8 for 19. I think he's a solid look. I didn't bet it yet, but he's a couple jacks lately, and we know he kind of comes in bunches. Sharpie, streaky guy. His plus 500, or look to his whatever you want over 1.5. But look Trey Turner if you're looking for a guy with the Phillies. And maybe there's been a lot of runs. Phillies won the first 2 games. Do we get lower scoring? But I just love the value here with Walker. I'm on it.
Man, speaking of Dodgers South down there in Arizona, dude, Walker is a lefty freaking killer. You said it, bro. We've seen it too many damn times versus our studs. This fool take them deep. So 12 games coming off a 4-hit night, seeing the ball well. It seems like that fucker's due too. So now we get to finish with the best game of the day. Maybe not what you think. It's what we think, guys.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Heading straight to Chavez Ravine, guys, with the White Sox at the Dodgers. I'm already looking to smack me some Clevenger around the day. Please tell me we're aligned on this one.
Yeah, he has been hit hard by this Dodger team. Go back to, as you know, his Padre days. They see as well as fastball, and we know his curve when it's rolling, it's good. But when he hangs them, they bang him. And some guys like Mookie Betts have, 7 for 17. I think there was a few others, or JD Martinez, guys who've just been crushing it and killing it for me, home run wise. Both guys have been very good for me. Don't have homers, and you could look to them. Like Martinez is under that 4-1. I don't want. Mookie is a little bit. I wouldn't mind that play, but I'm going to guys bobblehead day yesterday. Sharpie. Normally he doesn't catch Clayton Kershaw, but he could be DHing. But depending on if they sit Martinez, but I talked about Austin Barnes got hit in the hand against the Reds. I think it's still sore, and Will Smith has got to go. And when this guy hits third, for most part, and I see over 500 for his jack, he is 6 for 10 here off Clevenger. 2 doubles, 2 homers. I'd say he likes to see him. We'll see if we can get back-to-back jacks here. So my guy, Willie Smith, getting jiggy with it here. I am on the jack, plus 500. And I took his over 1.5. Rip me a double if he does a little backup too. It's plus 135. So
how do we not put him in the fucking lineup even if he's not catching with those numbers? Like really? I was upset last night when I seen Taylor in the lineup and no Muncy, and then I found Muncy was hurt, so I gave Dave Roberts a pass, and I didn't have to send the goons after him, bro. But yeah, I couldn't take Lynn's strikeouts under because of Chris Taylor being in the lineup, and that dude doesn't strike out that day or whatever. But we hit his earned runs over in the first inning because he's fat. Lance. Quick little recap. Oh, no. Before we hit the recap, Connor actually brought up to me before the show started. He goes, man, I still want to touch on a couple guys today, Sharpie. So let me get my time to talk a couple other players. So here you go, my guy.
Yeah. Luis Ariz. This guy's flirting with 400. Back-to-back games. No hits. He went 0 for 5, 0 for 4. He's still hitting 382. I'd say he's pretty good. And off Castillo, he's 4 for 4 with 3 doubles. His over 1.5 is plus 110. As long as I think you get plus money, how do you not take a guy who's best hitter in the game, at plus 110 is over 1.5? I think you look to that, and I'm going to bet that. 2 others I want to touch on. I just think value. Ohtani, his 1.5 is plus 130. His Jack's plus 320. Obviously, just 1 for 1 with a homer off Heaney, but how can you not go with Ohtani when you see that plus money, over on the 1.5? And Justin Turner. Lastly, I don't mind any of this. 6 for 8 off Gomber. We know he owned him when he was with the Dodgers. Just ate him up. 3 doubles and a homer. And his jack's around plus 450. So you don't mind that. Get a little Justin Turner at that price. 6 for 8, 3 dubs and a jack.
Man, definitely. Now Mike's got me looking RBI wise because we know where he hits in that order. So it's like, oh yeah, but he destroys Gomber. Quick little recap of C-Max Jack of the Days, guys. We're going to go over to the Baltimore game. He got Bo Bichette and Adley Rutschman at 650. That is plus 650, guys. Woo! Then we're going to head out to Dodgers South, and that's the Diamondbacks, guys. If you don't know, you should know. That is Dodgers South. Christian Walker at plus 475 versus a lefty. And we're going to finish it up with the real Dodgers, and that's Will Smith at plus 500. Normally does not catch Kershaw, but he should be in the lineup one way or the other, strictly for his bat. Appreciate you for coming in and blessing these people. Want to tell them where they can find you and what you got going on?
Oh, yeah. Just check me out here. Post Sports Radio. Thanks for having me on as always. Best K-Prop guy in the business. I've said that since day one, my guy, since we've been doing this. And that's why you brought that up earlier. I wanted you on. I appreciate you having me on, and maybe I'll be on a little bit more too. I could work a little Wednesday, Thursday action here.
We've got the time for any time you've got it. So we appreciate you coming, my guy.
Appreciate it. Shout out to the chat, best chat out there, as you know, Sharpie. Thank you so much. Now let's get fucking paid. get to the money, baby. Thanks, brother.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, let's get to the part that I'm good at, guys, and that's pitching props. Garrett Cole at the Yankees, number 5 in the black book. I did pull an audible on today's pitchers as I'm not looking to bet Kelly, so I put in some guys I want to freaking bet. 2023, he's got a 26.8 K percentage with a 9.8 walk percentage. Morning line on MGM was 7+ at -110. That is still the best available line, but that's now available at FanDuel. PrizePicks has him at a 6.5, whereas hits allowed under over are at 5 on PrizePicks. Projected lineups as the lineup is, oh fuck, we got lineups out, guys, which means Sharpie needs to get bets in. 5 lefties, 4 righties, and I hope that's what we get, but I'll check it out during the next hitting segment. K per 9, 2023, 10.9 K per 9 with an 8 on the road. Lefties, he's got a 9.2. Well, righties, he's got a 10 K per 9. Now we get GCZ versus the Mets, guys, where I know on this show the Mets are a no-fly zone, meaning you need a good reason to play it over or let it go, as their numbers over the last 15 days, they actually say play, as their walking league average and striking out at a 24% clip, while being bottom 8 in batting average, OPS, and 13th in isolated power. So let's look at the advantages for Cole in this spot. He hadn't seen these guys last year. Check. They're not hitting, which we can project them to be out there longer. And they're striking out at a 24% clip and are projecting the 5 lefties. Disadvantage. The Mets are the Mets, and that's where overs have gone to die over the past few seasons. And Cole is on the road, where over the past few seasons, his strikeouts have gone down at least 2 strikeouts K per 9. So there seems to be a lot of good reasons, and let's talk a few more. Cole versus a K percentage of 24 or worse since last season is 7-9 to the over 6.5, averaging 9.2 strikeouts a game. That's a whole lot of wiggle room, guys, and we may need that since it is the Mets. So at the moment, it's showing lots of rain, but the rain should be gone, and there is plenty of time to get this game in tonight. So give me those lefties and Tommy Pham, and please, as many lefties as possible. And I will be getting in on this man's strikeout prop today. And is what it is. And we're about to go click that lineup button and find out. Y'all about to get the live scoop if you're on here, if we bet in this guy today, because lineups are out. And here we freaking go. Yankees are Mets, 1 lefty, 2 lefty, 3 lefty, 4 lefty, 5 lefties, and Pham. That's going to be a bet. So let's go see where fucking what line we're going to get available right now on Garrett Cole. Old GCZ. Sorry, guys. This is something I normally don't do, but I was waiting for the lineups. And the best available line right now is on FanDuel at -116. FanDuel -116 is going to be the bet. So get in where you fit in, fellas. We're going to take Garrett Cole over 6.5 at -116. Yes, DK and other places have it, but they don't take Sharpie's money, guys. Why? Because they hate fucking Sharpie. Sorry, I got to put in my bet. That's part of life. Part of life of being on a show and waiting for lineups, guys. Like I say, my money's real. I don't just give out fucking picks. We're not here to sell you pipe dreams. We're here to make money. And right now, we've got Garrett Cole making some money today because we've got the lineup that we did ask for. So let's get to it, guys, and let's keep talking baseball. Sorry that I did have to get sidetracked, but I bet my shit, fellas, as you already know this. Let's talk the other side of this, which I also want to get a bet in, but I need the lineups as well. Black book number 17, Justin Verlander versus the Yankees. This year, he's got a 19.9 K percentage and a 7.8 walk percentage. Morning line 6+ -145 on DraftKings, where the best line available is still at that -145, but is now on BetMGM. This year, K per 9, 10 at home with a 9.8 on the road, 7.8 versus lefties, and 7.5 versus the right-handed side. Projected lineup is 5 right-handed, 4 left-handed, where earned runs on PrizePicks are under over 2.5. After last week's beating from the Braves, guys, I had to make a note on Verlander. No more alting him. meaning if I can't play him straight up on this number, I need to let him go. And if we look at the Yankees numbers over the last 15 days, it says this may be a spot we can get involved with on Verlander, as they're walking a crappy 6.6%, striking out 23.5%, and they're bottom 5 in the league in batting average and OPS, while being 9th in isolated power. The fact that the Yankees are projecting for lefties is music to my ears, as through his career, Verlander has averaged 1.5 more strikeouts per 9 versus the left-handed side than versus the right-handed side. And to boot, if we look at how lefties are not hitting him, their average is a crappy 215 compared to a 285 from the right-handed side, along with slugging percentage dropping 150 points. And his whip also drops from a 1.5 to a league average 1.15 versus the left-handed side. So if you want something else that sounds like music to my ears, over the last 15 days, if we separate these hitting numbers from these guys and just look at strictly how the Yankees are playing on the road, oh, God, they're still walking at a trash 6%. Their strikeout percent goes up to a 28%. So this seems like another spot, guys, that I want to get my hands on, but I need lineups, as I need them lefties, and I need at least 4 lefties for me to get involved. But like Max yesterday, it is not strictly a guaranteed play. Max, I wanted 6 righties. I ran the lineups through. I did not have a chase percentage that I wanted, guys. So I will run the lineups with their whiff and chase percentage. I will look at how exactly they put out that lineup. It's not always looking at a team's numbers, and especially when you need a guy's lineup to play him, you need to actually run that lineup, guys, where I just needed lefties for Cole and Tommy Pham, because Tommy Pham's good for 1 for 4 himself. Let's talk about Tyler Glass now at the A's right quick before we get into our newest hitting segment of the day. Number 14 in the black book has a 31.3 K percentage with a 10.5 walk percentage. Open him up on DraftKings at 9+ -120. Now he's at -105 on MGM for that 9+, 8.5 on PrizePicks, whereas hits allowed under over are at a 3.5. Projected lineup for your Oakland A's: 5 lefties, 4 righties. K per 9 this season. Very small sample size, but has a 10.9 at home, 8 on the road, with a 9.2 versus the left-handed side and a 10 versus the right-handed side. So now we get an 8.5 on Glass now, after going 1-1 his first 2 weeks to the 6.5, then being jumped to a 7.5 last week and didn't fucking sniff it. So let's just add another one on this man, guys. Now, this is where my mind starts to go and think about these crooked ass books. And yeah, he didn't come close last week, but for some reason it's telling me he's going to smack it this week, because now all those dudes who didn't get that over money are going to go bet this under money, and they're going to get double fucking smacked. But that's just the way my mind thinks. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. So is what it is. And we get back to we don't chase freaking K props, guys, and that's what I don't do. Sharpie 316, Rule 34. We don't chase women or K props, and this is chasing when the books add on to a man for one reason or another. Now, what I will do, guys, is I will pull down this -275 favorite, and I'm going to take Glass now to record the win at -135 for a half unit, as I do expect a dominant performance from him today and the Rays to get to the funky Cole Medina. We're now going to hit a quick opening segment to the newest part of the Balking Dead and get straight into capping with Capo. Woo!
Welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of EPL on Pub.
Class is in session, hitting the books on Pub Sports.
This is another exciting edition of the main event on Talking Ants.
Yeah, and we're back, guys. Capping with Capo, and my man, it's about time I get you on here. If you all don't know, I used to spend hours a day capping baseball with this man, and I know for a fact he's good at what he does, and he puts real money on them bitches. So, Capo, my guy, glad to see you. How you doing? And you ready to get to work, or as the lab you would say?
Hey, long time no see, Sharpie. I'm glad you hit me up yesterday. You know, I was at the Subway Series game yesterday, and I fucking get a notification from you. I'm like, oh, nice. I'm fucking down. You know?
I saw you posted pictures at that game, bro. When that game was a dead, everyone thought under. Oh, Lord, it was over by the first inning.
That's the first time I've been to Citi Field since I'm a Yankee fan. And talking to Met fans like about that stadium, they always say that like the food there is money. That's like one of the big things about that stadium. And I went there and I can confirm that their food is money.
Because it's money. Because I ate
Fucking
real
money.
well.
I gotta give the little brothers credit on that. You know, it's the Mets.
All right, my guy.
I'll give
Well,
them that. They can take that.
we got 3 games that you wanted to talk about. And we got a echo.
We got an echo.
Yes, sir. All right. It's gone. Oh, it's gonna have to be there. It looks. Echo. Gone. All right, cool. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We have 3 games that Capo did want to talk about with 4 props in those games. So let's just get straight to the damn money. The first matchup is the American League East divisional matchup between the Blue Jays and Orioles. How you looking to get in on this one?
So I'm eyeing up Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 total bases. He had a 213 batting average in May, and in June thus far he's batting 483. His over 1.5 total bases has hit on 5 straight games. And another thing that I really liked was that he slugs 556 against right-handed pitching and 195 against left. And we know our boy Barrios is a right-handed pitcher, so that's what I like him for that game.
What type of juice you get on that?
Over 1.5 bases is at plus 110.
Ooh, plus 110, bro. Hey, and over the last 4 games, they've also thrown Gunnar into the leadoff. So you're
I
going to
saw
get
that. I
more
saw that.
opportunities
Yep,
at that. So
for
definitely like
sure.
what them birds are doing in that one.
How's my mic sounding now? I'm good.
Yeah, you're good right now, bro.
All right, nice.
All right, guys. The next one up, guys, is another divisional matchup. Did you have another one in that game, or
No, that's it.
just the Gunner? All right.
Yep, just the gunner.
Next one up, though, is a matchup between the divisional West Angels at the Rangers. We got 2 lefties to pick on in this spot. We got Detmers versus Heaney. Who you looking to pick on here?
This is actually like when I saw these odds, I was kind of shocked. Zach Neto over 1.5 bases at plus 160. So he's batting 409 in the last 7 games, 355 batting average in the month of June. This over 1.5 total bases has hit in 4 straight games. And in his last 3 games, these were some of his like additional stats. He hit a home run yesterday. He had a 2 double night the night before. And then 3 games ago, he hit 2 home runs. So when I saw that at plus 160, I'll take that.
That sounds like a deal and a half for a guy who's humming. And like I said, I don't respect either one of these 2 pitchers on the board right there, to be real with you.
Another positive for that is that it's at Texas, so that's a big ass ballpark. So that's why I do like the total bases as opposed to a home run. The only slight negative is that he does bat kind of at the bottom of the order, but he's been making us. He's been if you've been riding with Nino, he's been making you some fucking cheese. So I do like that at plus 160.
My son's the Angels fan, and he's got nothing but he's like, man, he's only 20 years old. The kid's a fucking he's a stud. He'll be eventually their leadoff hitter, bro. But like you said,
Sure. Yeah, so that's a great point. So you know the Angels are in a very, very like tricky situation this year. They know Otani, he's probably most likely gone after this season. So they had to bring up Nito. So yeah, he is super young. So it's even more impressive to see him batting 355 in the month of June.
Yeah, bro. Definitely. Dan Plesac said it on the MLB Network, and I've preached it over and over. But I at least give credit where I hear shit. And he said the Angels are the only team in the month of April, May, and June playing for their lives, playing for their playoff lives. And that's because if they're not winning, Otani's gone at the trade deadline, bro. This team is playing to keep Ohtani at least for 2 months, which is stupid, fucking dumb. They're not gonna win no World Series, bro. So go get something before all you're gonna get is a Rule 5 draft pick, man. Because he gonna look good in Dodger blue, but I have a feeling he goes to the Giants. I know you want him on your team, but you guys spend too much money.
I don't think he'll be a Yankee.
Yeah, I think they spent too much money.
No way. You know, I heard someone talking about a sleeper team going after Ohtani, and someone said the Orioles, and I thought about that for a second. I'm like, damn, like he's been talking. Ohtani said he wants to win. The Orioles have created a roster to win. No one was last year. They popped on the scene, and look at how they're doing this year, man. They're there, and they don't even really have a big money ace, bro.
They went and got Gibson and Irving. That's who they went and got.
Dude, if Ohtani goes there, bro, he'll be their ace. I mean, I guess, and he doesn't even he could DH because you got.
I don't know. I don't think they got that type of money to pay this man. He's a $500 million man, bro. These are only a few teams can afford that man's payroll.
If he wants to win, though, I think the Orioles are a great option. Money is a whole different conversation, you know.
He's gonna get the money, and the Dodgers are always gonna be in line to win. The Giants, unfortunately, bro, they're. I think he doesn't want to be in a big market team. Is what I think he's afraid of it.
The Giants too, bro, especially with them backing out of the Correa deal. They know, bro.
They know, bro. That's scary. That put it right there. As soon as when that Correa deal went south, I was like, oh fuck, they're in line to go after Ohtani now. Oh fuck. And they're gonna go after him because they are a small market team that's always very competitive and will be in the playoff pictures. So let's talk this last game on the board.
Last thing about that, like watching Ohtani, bro. If you want to win and you can work it out, you're a fucking moron if you don't go after Ohtani, bro. Look at what he's doing.
He's the best player in the history of the game. Granted, he stays healthy.
At two positions.
Yeah, bro, that's why he's the best player to ever walk this God's green earth, bro. Just please stay healthy so we can keep watching it and enjoying it. That's all I can ask. He's gotten better and better and better the more comfortable he's gotten in the American culture, guys. Oh, God, he's that good. Oh, let's talk about another guy who I think's that good, and that's fucking my Doyers. And I would not be surprised if you're taking a hitting prop against him or against old freaking Clevenger. And let's talk about this White Sox and Dodgers game. Who you looking to get on?
So there's 3 plays I'm eyeing up, all on the same guy. So Mookie Betts home run plus 370, his total bases plus 110, and also I think this is a fun one. Mookie Betts to record a single. The eyes did catch my attention on this at plus 105, and I'll tell you why. So initially, I shifted from total bases to home runs because I saw that Mookie only has 1 double and 4 home runs in the month of June. So when he's getting under the ball, that shit's traveling. So that made me shift from total bases to home runs. And Mookie Betts, 412 career hitter against Clevenger. He has 7 hits and 17 at-bats. 5 of those 7 hits were singles. So when I saw Mookie to record a single at plus 105, I think that's the one I want to rock with. Oh, damn, I kind of lost you.
Oh, you lost me because Sharpie's dumb. Real quick, guys. Like Mike yesterday, I've never seen a guy kill these RBI props like Mike has been doing. Hector's the first guy I ever see put real money, like 300 plus guys on a singles prop, on a fucking singles prop, guys, and it cash. It was a Marlins guy last year, if I remember, but it was the same type. The guy does his fucking work, is what I'm getting at, and he freaking ends up going, oh, okay, I'm gonna shift off the 1.5 and take that single. So I'd get in line. The guy knows what he's fucking doing when he gets in these single props and these hitting props is what I'm getting at. So are you tripling up on him or just gonna take the home run and single?
The thing is though, bro, like I think out of those 3 plays, I think Zach Neto is my favorite. Are the odds kind of like like is at plus 160, bro? That's a nice little casher right there if it hits. But I do like that Mookie Betts single. I mean, you know what I do when it comes to placing bets. So even if it's small, it's big.
Yeah, yeah, bro. That's like you bet a lot bigger than me, bro. I'm not gonna be the first one not to say that, bro. When I seen the amount this man was putting on single props and his hitting props, I was like, fuck. This fool when he hits, he fucking hits. He don't fucking bet to play, he bets to get paid. So oof.
Wait. Well, yo, when you put in the work, man, you gain confidence, and you're doing the same thing, man. People know the work that we put in. That's why we got listeners, bro. So thanks
You
for
don't
having
got
me on,
enough. You
man.
don't got enough, bro. I appreciate you for coming on. I'm gonna hit a quick recap of what you did talk about. He gave us 4 guys today on Capping with Capo. We're gonna start off with Gunnar Henderson over 1.5 bases at plus 110, and then we get into a guy who's hit 4 straight days, and they're gonna offer plus 160 on his 1.5, and that's the Angels, Zach Neto. Then we're gonna head into one of my favorite players, and that's Mookie Betts, and he's looking at 3 different ways of betting him, and the single bet is at plus 105. His over 1.5 bases is plus 110, and his home run is at a plus 370. He's got real good numbers off Clevenger, and he's one of the hotter hitters in baseball. And Mookie's one of those guys. When he's on, you just play him every day, guys, because he can go on an 8-9 game fucking streak from the gods. So appreciate you more than you know, heck. Thanks for coming again. I can't wait to do it again. Want to tell these people what you got going on and where they can find you at.
I'm like kind of jumping back on this YouTube grind, bro. But I'm back. I'm here to stay. You can hit me up on Twitter, Capo Capping. And I am on YouTube under the Stat Lab, but I'm probably going to change that name. But thanks again, Sharpie, for
You do have a Discord you put your plays in as well, don't you?
Yes, it should be in my Twitter bio.
Guys, this guy is gives out all of his shit for free, bro. He ain't one of them dudes like me or others out there. But at the end of the day, you got to tune into my show. He has his own Discord. He don't got enough people watching him for what he does do. So go give the man a fucking follow. We're going to hit a quick commercial real quick, my guy. No problem. Then we're going to come back, guys, with the next 3 pitchers on the board. All right. We here with 70 live and only 41 likes. Y'all must want me to rant. Smash the like button before I get into ranting as I talk. Yuri Perez at the Mariners, number 87 in the black book. This year he's got an 28.6K percentage with a nice 6.8 walk percentage. Open them up on FanDuel at a minus 150 at 6+. They closed them out. Now on FanDuel is the best line at a minus 110 to the 6+. PrizePicks has them at a 5.5, where the under/over is at a flat 4 on PrizePicks. 2 his hits allowed. Projected lineup is 5 righties, 4 lefties, whereas K per 9 this year, not enough to hit his home road, but lefties, he's got an 8K per 9, while righties, he's striking out at a 10.7. Now we get a spot from the baseball gods, as we like to say, with Yuri Perez versus these Mariners. Now, the only fucking issue we have here is we've talked about it. And the guy's on a pitch count. So we have to hit this over by 85 pitches. And then more often or not, it's by that 80 pitches. So I made a rule, guys, that I have to alt Yuri when I do want to play him, as we get no love from these books with a guy on a pitch count due to everyone and their mom betting Yuri since day one. The Mariners over the last 15 days, guys, they've been one of the best teams to pick on with betting overs on K props. And last night, we stayed off Cabrera in a dream matchup. And not that I wanted to see him out there and get freaking handled and all that, but I had to listen to my rules and it paid off. Now, all I care is that Cabrera makes his next start and the one after that, but blisters are as real as they come, especially for a pitcher. Now, the Mariners are walking at a nice clip, but they're striking out at a 26% clip, and they're not hitting for the life of them. I need lineups personally with Yuri, as last week I found out the way to attack his overs are teams that chase and have a high chase percentage. So once I see the lineup and I could run the lineups through an average calculator and see if I want to alt him today, then I will get on him. But like I said, there's no way I can bet a 5.5 on a guy on a pitch count. I can't do that. That's just not going to be profitable more often than not. It also does not help that the Mariners are projecting 4 lefties and can run out up to 5, as it's not just he's not striking them out. Their hitting numbers are close to the right-handed side, guys. It's the fact that he's fucking walking the goddamn shit out of them at a disgusting 14.3% compared to an elite 6%. And I already just told you the Mariners are walking. So if they put out 4 or 5 lefties and I run that lineup and that says that lineup's walking, it's just going to be a complete easy stay off for me right here, guys. So a guy on a pitch count with a team who walks can be a fucking problem for his over tonight, no matter how bad that strikeout percentage is. So I will be tweeting out whether I'm on or off or how I alt him or not. And if I don't tweet out, it's because I stayed off, guys. And I've got to hold myself up to the standards that I hold myself. And I just strictly don't bet guys just to bet them. And I'm going to need a high chase percentage, and I'm going to need a team that's at least walking close to that league average before I can pull the trigger on our boy Yuri. Next guy, though, is the guy he faces, is Luis Castillo versus these Marlins, number 39 in the black book. He got a 30% K percent on the year and a 5.5 walk percentage. Opened him up last night on DraftKings at 8+ at plus 115. The best line available out before the show started was on FanDuel at that 7+ at a minus 150. PrizePicks has him at a 7, whereas hits allowed on PrizePicks is over at a flat 5. Projected lineup today for your fishies: 6 righties and 3 lefties. K per 9 this season. He's got an 11.5 at home compared to a 9.6 on the road. Granted, he does have 47 innings at home compared to just 29 on the road. Striking out lefties at a 10.6 K per 9, while righties at a nice 11 K per 9. It's La Piedra Day, guys, and he gets these Marlins, who over the last 15 days say no to a K prop. If you just look at the numbers, they're walking league average, not striking out at all, in middle of the pack hitting numbers. Well, if you just bet numbers, then you got cooked the last 2 days, because young Bryson Kirby did the damn thing versus these fishies. Now, I know the Marlins have the best hitter in the MLB at not striking out in Luis Arias, but we have talked about it on this show with him leading off now. That is 8 great opportunities after that, guys, and that's been happening. Jorge Soler has some great power, guys, but with that power comes a lot of swing and miss. They also have some super streaky players on that team, and Jesus Sanchez being one of them. This guy can get you a bomb with 2 stolen bases or end up with a golden sombrero and strike out 4 times on the night. Now, if we look at Castillo this year, when the numbers say no like they do today, he is 3-3 to the over 7.5. Granted, he has been dropped down to a 6.5, juiced out on some books. But let's dig deeper, guys. The 3 losses are versus teams on our no-fly zone on the Balking Dead, meaning you need a good reason to play them. If we take out the games versus the Astros, the Jays, and the Red Sox, where we on this show, like I said, we don't run K-props versus those teams unless we have a good reason. He is then 3-0 to the over, averaging 9 strikeouts a game. So I don't have a bet in. I would have a bet in for the fact that they didn't get dicked down by Kirby getting 10 and Miller the night before 8+. So I don't like running K-props from a guy when just one night alone where the team did it, let alone 2 guys. These guys are professional hitters, and would not be a surprise type game of a whole pitch to contact. But the lean is the over. I'd have no fucking bet in this one right here, but Definitely it's La Piedra or not. Let's go into a guy, though, that we do got a bet on, and it's my guy. It should be your guy by now because he's the best pitcher in the game. All right, maybe he's not anymore. Maybe he's not anymore, but he's still going to the fucking Cooperstown. Number 51 in the black book, Clayton Kershaw versus the White Sox. This year he has a 24.3 K percent and an 8.8 walk percentage. Morning line was 6+ at plus 112 on FanDuel. The best line available is still on FanDuel at that plus 108. No, that's 7+. My bad. He's at 6.5. Shut up, Sharpie. PrizePicks has him at a 6.5, whereas earned runs under over are at a 1.5 on PrizePicks. I'm going to give you something sneaky here, guys, that you might want to play. I'm going to talk about it. I haven't bet it, but oh boy, is it irking me in my stomach, guys, and I think it's going to happen. So projected lineup for your Sox is 9 righties, 0 lefties, whereas K per 9 this year is 12.5 at home and a 10 on the road. Granted, he does have 31 innings at home compared to 45 on the road, but he has always been better at Chavez Ravine. This year, he's got a 5.8 K per 9 versus the left-handed side. Super small sample size with a career 11.5. Righties, he's got a 12 K per 9 as well as they're projected, like I said, the 9 right-handed bats. We've got 80 live, 52 likes. Appreciate y'all who have smashed it. If you haven't, smash it while we talk about how we're going to get on our boy, Clayton the Great. Now we're talking my favorite pitcher on the board, number 22, Clayton Kershaw versus the White Sox, where when we look at the numbers over their last 200 plate appearances, it says go, go, gadget K-prop, as they're not walking and they're striking out at a 26.2% clip, middle of the pack in every hitting category. Now, when we look at who have they faced Logan Allen, who got 5, not counting the back-to-back. And they faced our boy Braxton Garrett, who we were on, and he had 9 in 5.1 innings on just 78 pitches. Now, the other lefty worth mentioning that they did face is Eduardo Rodriguez, who also went 6 innings with 6 strikeouts. And now they got to face a GOAT. And all those numbers right there are versus 2 of our guys are versus all them bad numbers in their last 200 plate appearances. They in for some real fucking trouble tonight, guys. Let's just put it that way, guys. So how has Kershaw been since last year versus teams with a K percentage of 24 or worse? Well, guys, he's only 3-3 to the over 7.5, averaging only 7 strikeouts a game. Now, we do get Kershaw at home, where this year he has been immaculate and has been better at Chavez Ravine through his Hall of Fame career as it is, and he's been elite on the road. So, what I'm going to do right here, guys, is I'm not going to chase that 7.5. Not saying that I don't think he gets it. What I'm going to do is take him to what he averages versus these teams at that 7 strikeouts. And I'm going to tie it to the Dodgers money line. And I'm going to put a half unit on it at a minus 105. So Kershaw at 7+, and the Dodgers money line for a half unit at minus 105. And I think Clevenger gets the living dog piss kicked out of him, guys. And like I said yesterday about the Dodgers game up, yesterday, I said, it's a minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 spot. And it was. They went out there and waxed them, guys. And I expect another day. Now, the thing I was telling you that I do not have bet in this game that I'm looking at is the over 1.5 runs for Clayton Kershaw. 1.5 runs. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, I expect us to get to him. Now, I also expect Kershaw to give up a home run, dude. I expect him to be out there 7 fucking innings, and they have plenty enough people on that team to do a little pokey poke versus a lefty, guys. Now, can it not happen? Yes, but 1.5 is off to me right here for how long this guy can be out there if he's humming. And definitely looking at his over 1.5 earned runs, even though I think he's out there 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. I just think 2 earned runs is you could circle 2 earned runs for this guy tonight. And Clevenger, you could circle for a whole lot more. And that's why we're going to put that half unit on the 7+ in the Dodgers money line at minus 105. Smash the like button if you haven't with the 90+ and the 55 like. If you are showing up for the recap as well, hit that like button. It does help the algorithms more than you know. Today on the Balking Dead, we started off with Verlander and Cole in what looks to be like a rain-delayed game, but it looks like it should go off as the weather tends to push away. I will be looking to get on each of their overs, and we did get on the over in the middle of this show on Garrett Cole, 6.5 at minus 115. And I'm waiting on lineups, guys. And that was the theme of today's show. We got the lineup. We took a little time. We went and looked at it, and we're taking GCZ, baby, versus the no-fly zone in the New York Mets. And definitely waiting on lineup, so pay attention to Twitter to see if I'm going to take Yuri Perez and to see if I'm going to be on Justin Verlander as well. Put a half unit on Tyler Glass now to record the win at a minus 135 as they jumped his strikeout props up yet again. We finished the night off, guys, with my guy, which should be your guy, Clayton Kershaw, and we're going to put a half unit on the Dodgers money line and Kershaw to get 7 or more strikeouts at a minus 105 bet. We now have timestamps for those who are busy at worst. We're going to put in the recaps with the hitting segment and the pitching segment with the bets, the recap of the bets. At best, we will put it in for every which way part that we do talk that day. Appreciate you all for tuning in to the best MLB prop show on earth, The Balking Dead, on what hopes to be another successful day for the best prop show on God's green earth. As you already know, this show is sponsored by PrizePicks, so if you haven't, go on over there and use that promo code PUBSPORTS. Get a match deposit up to $100, minimum of $25 on your first deposit. Until next time, I'm Sharpie's Bets. This show is produced by Big Show Picks, and we were blessed to have Connor Mack and old Hector Capo Capin to join us today. Some say we be pubbing. I say pubbing we be.
Keep firing, assholes!